Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Secret Wars Retro Wave. Are we technically calling it a Retro Wave? I assume so, but it's a homage to the Secret Wars line, and it's listed as Wave 1, so we're hopefully going to get a couple waves out of this. And what better way to start it off than the man himself, Captain America. I am so excited about this figure. I love that we finally have a cap, like a classic cap that's pinless. Because I mean, I love the original. The original is amazing. I love the 20th anniversary figure, which is right here, which I actually did customize, and I made it pinless and all that fun stuff. We'll go into the colors and whatnot and comparisons here shortly. But this guy is so awesome, and I wish they were more similar, but they're not. And like I said, we'll get into that here in just a second. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at what Cap comes with. So as you can see on him right now, he has the cracked and broken shield. This is probably like one of the biggest draws of this figure, and I love how this looks. My light's kind of being a pain about it, but it's got the cracks. These are actually sculpted into it. It is, unfortunately, still the clip and whatnot, which is really annoying, but you can see the cracks are actually on the inside of it as well, which is really cool. It's actually like a flimsy, well, not flimsy, a little flimsy. It's not a super hard piece, so you're not going to worry about like the jagged edges or anything like that. Like I can do this and it's not hurting me or anything like that, which is really good. I like the color of this as well. The reds, the blues, the whites, the silvers, you know, all that good stuff that we're used to seeing on Cap shields for the most part. And also because the shield is broken, we actually get two busted up pieces as well. These, I mean, these are the exact same thing applies to these. They're flimsy, you know, they're red, white, blue, all that good stuff. And the silver. But I can't quite pinpoint where they go on here. Like it would have been cool if you could, you know, kind of put them together to have, like, the shield mid-break. But, I don't know, it doesn't really, like, line up super well for where you want to be. Like, right here kind of does-ish, but, like, if you do this, I don't know. I wish that it could have been like able to be pulled apart a little bit better and like put together, kind of like you could lay it on the ground and have the pieces look like they just came off of it. But it's still really cool. With this being the same exact figure as the 20th anniversary, aside from the limbs and whatnot, he does, of course, like I said, have the port on the back, so you can plug the broken shield in if you wanted to do that. So you could just have, for photography purposes, you can make it look like he's got a full shield. So that's kind of cool if you really want, if you wanted to go ahead and do that. Especially since we haven't, it's kind of a running gag now, I feel like. We don't have a complete shield with a classic cap, which is bizarre. The last time we got that was the 80th line. That was the last time we got a complete shield with a comic classic cap. As you can see on Cap right now, he also has one fist on this side and then a grip on this one. These actually are solid grips, but I did slice the thumb and the finger apart. That way I could actually get a real shield onto him. So that's just something of note, is that you will have to cut it if you do decide that you want him to have that. And then he also has opposite hands for those. So he comes with two grips and two fists, which is really good. I love seeing that. We also get a pointing hand and a saluting hand, which both of these are really cool. All the hands have the back and forth hinge instead of up and down or anything like that. The finger is a little kind of like Laffy Taffy looking on this hand, but it's not bad. This hand also is a little bit small when you put it on the figure. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if it's maybe just because it's an old sculpt. But one thing that is kind of a bummer about this figure is that we don't get any like open hands for him throwing the shield, like throwing the broken shield. But if you have the other one, you can kind of make it work. I say kind of loosely because the colors don't really match up. But like I said, we'll get into that here in just a second after I go over the heads. So as you can see on him right here, he also has an angry head sculpt, which looks really good. I love how this looks. We got the wings on the side, the A. It looks, you know, pissed, and I love it. This is perfect for angry Captain America. We also get this smiling head sculpt, which I really love this. I love that we got this. I think this is really cool. I love that we have different facial expressions for Cap, but with the fact that he is a completely different color, obviously I did, you know, repaint the head on this figure. Why are these not the same color? I wish they had been the same color, because then you could actually, you know, swap the parts out between them. But now we just don't have a neutral head for this Cap, because if I take this off, it's going to obviously look a little strange, but you can kind of get a proper look at what the neutral head would look like on this body. And like it's not bad, you know. Like obviously I did, like I said, I painted the black on there, but like the blues don't terribly match up, you know, but if you wanted to repaint it, you probably could, and it wouldn't look too bad. I may end up actually doing that, I'm going to be honest. But I don't know, we shouldn't have had to. I think that's really annoying because I really like this classic color, but I also liked this blue, and it just, ugh. And this red also is not quite a red. It's more of a red-orange. Like if I pull this back a little bit and get it to focus, you can see it's a lot lighter. It's a lot more classic, you know, of the colors, which I love. I love that we got, you know, an even more classic figure than what we got with the Toy Biz 20th figure. We also don't get, which I'll go a little bit more into detail when we get to it, but we also don't get any shading on the scales, which is really upsetting. Also, I forgot to mention with this cap, get the like old school little shield thing. It actually has the clip and stuff on it, but the little holographic thing, so you can have Unmasked Steve or Masked Steve, and then this guy, which I don't know what the, oh, you put it in here. This opens? Oh, I'm learning something new. Cool. So yeah, you just put that in there. And now taking a look at the detail properly on Steve, you know, we took a look at what the blues were, the reds were. I did notice also, if I just go ahead and bring it back in one more time before size comparisons, they did swap the way his stripes are. Instead of it being red, white, red, it's white, red, white, which is very interesting. It was a little jarring to me at first, and I actually didn't even realize it. I was like, something's off with the torso, but I can't put my finger on it. Like I said, we do have the pinless arms and the pinless leg, which is really cool. They also did switch out the thighs too, the upper hip area, because originally, and it makes sense because this being a classic cap, he did have like the booty shorts back then. The original 20th cap had like the US agent type legs, so they could only go out just a little bit, like a little bit. But with these are the 80th ones, so you can get him to full on like super kick somebody if you wanted, which is just awesome. I love that. But the belt looks great. It's got the blue on it. You know, I'm glad they actually painted the belt. There's really nothing to like super, you know, write home about. Like, it looks great for what it is, but it's relatively, you know, quote unquote simple, and it's just a lot of stuff that we've seen before. The sleeve pieces are actually separate as well, so you don't have to worry about like paint chipping or anything from like the shield clips. And now going over articulation, his head is on a hinge, so he can go up that far, down that far, little bit of pivot about rotation. Shoulders go out that far, rotate all the way around, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that if you push the back one first, you're not going to get too much range out of it, but if you push the first one first, you can get just a little bit farther back. As for his torso, can go one click forward, one click back. Not too bad. I wish that we would get a diaphragm joint for Cap. I feel like he would be the perfect character for it. Waist swivel, legs, like I said, go out all the way, can go up that far and back that far. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees that go back that far. Boot swivel, his feet go back that far, up that far, and of course he does have ankle pivot. And now onto some size comparisons. Here he is next to the 20th anniversary Toy Biz cap that I did customize, and then the Mafex Secret Wars / classic cap that I did repaint the head, and I love the way these three look together. They're all very different shades of blue for Cap, which is pretty cool. So you kind of have like a Cap throughout the years. Obviously, as you can tell, there's a theme, so this Captain America's head sculpts will be, you know, getting the treatment as well. And I honestly, I don't know, I'm really torn on if I want to take this head sculpt and just repaint it, or maybe I can track one down on eBay of a standard, you know, head for Cap and then just repaint that one. That's probably what I'll try to do, because I actually really like how this looks, and this, as of right now, is on my X-Men 97 shelf. And then as for his fellow wave mates, we have the symbiote Spider-Man and the brown suit Wolverine, and these scale really well together. I love how the three of these guys look. And then last but not least, here he is next to the Thing and the HasLab Giant Man. Overall, I really enjoy this figure. It is a welcome upgrade to the 20th anniversary figure, while also being different enough and also lacking in some areas to warrant a new purchase. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, for a lot of people, there might be like a definitive Captain America, you know, here and there and whatnot. And this figure, I feel like if you have no other Captain America figures, you're gonna need to pick up another one just so you can have a full shield for him. But if you decide that you don't want to have a full shield for him, you could always put that one position it the right way on his back, and then just give him the saluting hand and the smile head, and there you go. You know, you could just do that in your collection. Or if you just want a Secret Wars collection, this is perfect for it. You know, keep it mint on card. You could do that, but for the best Captain America figure, you know, period, it's gonna be the Mafex one. But this Legends cap is probably it's up there within the top 3. I would say this would absolutely be the best Captain America figure from Hasbro if they had given him a neutral head as well. But with the fact that they didn't, it really knocks this figure down quite a lot, because you can't just have like a serious Captain America. You either get pissed or you get jovial. And I'm all for expressive head sculpts, but I like when we have options. So it just kind of, you know, it kind of docks the figure a little bit. But it's not, you know, it's not by any means a bad figure or anything like that. So if you're wanting to track this guy down, I would, you know, get this and the 20th if you can. And if you don't feel like doing that, just get the Metacom one, honestly. So yeah, that's going to do it for me, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.